Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about my Sephora sale recommendations, and I have everything written right here in my favorite Parisian notebooks. I'm going to organize this video by sections. So I'm going to have foundations, concealers, powders, and everything is going to be written in the description box. I'm going to have timestamps there so that you can easily go back and forth in the video and so that you can easily go to the section that you want to watch from this video. I'm also going to have a link to the Sephora sale in the description box. Now, before I start, I would like to say a huge thank you to all of you for watching my videos. I really appreciate your time and I know how precious time is. So every time when you choose to watch my videos, I truly appreciate that. I don't take your support for granted. And a huge and very special thank you to everyone who chooses to use my affiliate link, because this helps my channel a lot and it helps me to buy more products and review for you. And eventually this saves you a lot of money to not buy products that are not the right ones for you. Now let's go ahead and get started. Without further ado, I like talking too much, but anyways. So before I start with the foundations, I have two honorary mentions that I really want to take my time and just recommend this because these products are exceptionally good. So one is the Guerlain highlighter, and this is from last year's spring/summer makeup collection. These are 3 highlighters. This is actually face and eye palette because you can use all of these colors on the eyes as well if you want to. And these are 3 highlighters. So since this is a limited edition palette from last year, I highly recommend you to get this one, especially now that it's on discount. This is my all-time favorite highlighter. It has 3 colors. And if you want to see swatches, I have swatches on my blog and I've shown this on my YouTube channel multiple times. So the colors here are absolutely gorgeous, especially this pink highlighter here. It is just stunning. So I really wanted to recommend this palette because I suppose that this is going to be sold out. I don't even know how this survived and I don't even know how it's still available in the US and on Sephora's website, but definitely get this one if you don't have it. I don't think that you're going to regret it. It works for so many different skin tones. It works perfectly on me, but I've seen it also on deeper, medium skin tones to more deeper skin tones, and it works really beautiful. So I had to mention this. And the other mention that I wanted to make is for the Gucci lipsticks. These are completely new, but I see that they're quickly selling out and some colors are selling out. So I'm going to have a link to the video where I swatched this lipstick so that you can see swatches. So I have 4 colors, but I don't know where one of them went. Anyways, so these are absolutely beautiful. And today I'm wearing this lipstick on my lips. It is brilliant formulation from Gucci. So I'm going to have a link to the video where I swatched these. So now the first section, I'm looking at my notebook, guys, so that I don't miss anything. So first of all, starting with foundations. So for foundations, I wanted to recommend the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation because the summer season is very close right now. And I think that this is one of my favorite foundations for the spring/summer season. I don't have this foundation right now, but some of the products that I'm going to recommend, I don't have them because I cannot afford to repurchase old products because I'm buying a lot of new products for review, and when something finishes, I just cannot afford. I'm still not at the point where I can afford to repurchase products that I love because I prefer to buy new makeup and to review for you. But these recommendations are absolutely my favorites and I think they're 100% worth your money and worth the splurge. So the Dior Backstage Foundation is going to be excellent for those of you who have normal to combination skin. If you have dry skin, this foundation contains alcohol, so I don't think that it's good if you have dry skin to be used on a daily basis. If you have dry skin, you can use it for a special occasion, but not on a daily basis. However, if you have normal to combination skin or combination or oily skin, I think you're going to find that this foundation is brilliant because the coverage is really good and it looks quite invisible on the skin. It doesn't emphasize pores or fine lines. The other foundation that I wanted to recommend, and this one I am going to repurchase this summer, and I purchase this foundation every summer. This is the Dior Capture Total. So this is the perfect cushion foundation by Dior, and this foundation is absolutely brilliant, especially for the summer season. It contains SPF 50. I'm not saying that you should replace your regular SPF with this foundation, but it's always good to have a foundation for the summer that contains SPF, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. It's my favorite. I have been repurchasing this foundation every summer and my skin feels lovely with this foundation. So it's very easy to use, and the price is quite good because you are not getting one cushion, but you're getting the cushion and you're getting inside one refill. So you are going to have 2 cushions for this price. And especially now that it's on discount, I think it's absolutely worth purchasing this foundation. Next, I wanted to talk a little bit about the YSL All-in-One Glow Tinted Moisturizer. I think this is a beautiful product and I have a full review of this foundation, so I'm going to have a link in the description box. This was the time when I was just starting with my YouTube channel, and I think that this was one of the first foundations that I reviewed on YouTube. This is actually a tinted moisturizer, but it feels very light on the skin. It's very fresh. It's very beautiful. I forgot to mention that the Dior Capture Total Cushion Foundation works for all skin types. It doesn't matter whether you're going to have dry skin or oily skin, it works beautiful for everyone. And same with the YSL All-in-One Glow Tinted Moisturizer. It works for all skin types. It's very light foundation and it doesn't emphasize pores or fine lines. It's just a very good light tinted moisturizer in case you like this kind of coverage, and I'm going to have a link to this video where I reviewed the foundation. Now next, moving on to, there are 2 new foundations that have been released recently, and one is the Dior Nude Glow Foundation and the other one is the Givenchy Prisma Libre Foundation. I prefer the Prisma Libre Foundation because it is absolutely beautiful. It has a very light coverage. I have full dedicated reviews to these 2 foundations and I mentioned also the ingredients. So these are both supposed to be skin caring foundations and they contain glycerin. So if you have oily skin, I don't think that they're going to be suitable for you. But if you're suffering from dry skin, I think that you're going to enjoy both of these foundations. However, be careful with this one because this one contains the coconut oil, derivative of coconut oil. Both foundations have contain, I think, 95 to 96% naturally derived ingredients. Natural ingredients and naturally derived ingredients doesn't always mean that they are absolutely good. I like them and I have a full review. But if you have oily skin, I don't think that you need them. I don't think that you're going to like them. But if you have dry skin, you might enjoy these foundations. This one is very looks a little bit oily. So really, if you want to use it in the summer, you have to have very, very, very dry skin. Okay, moving on to the La Mer foundation. So I would purchase La Mer foundation only if it's on discount, only during this times when you have discount. It's a lovely foundation and you're mainly going to appreciate this foundation if you have more of a dry skin. It looks very nice and it wears well throughout the day. Also, it has the signature La Mer Miracle Broth that is supposed to have a lot of skincare benefits. Okay guys, so my camera stopped for a while, but anyways, I missed to tell you my recommendations about primers. I'm not a primer person, however, I'm going to absolutely recommend this Dior Skin Veil SPF 20. I said that I'm not willing to repurchase primers when I reviewed this primer, however, I really like it. So recently I've been using this primer alone, just on top of my SPF, and it looks absolutely gorgeous because it blurs pores a little bit and it blurs imperfections. So if you're like me and you don't like to wear foundation or you just want to wear only this primer, this is absolutely gorgeous. And then the other primer that I can recommend is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, which is one of the few primers that I actually like and wear. Next, we're moving on to concealer, and my number 1 recommendation is going to be the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and I have been repurchasing this concealer. Sometimes I use it all over my face, just here and there. It is very light. It's not a full coverage concealer, but it feels very moisturizing. So if you have dry under eye area, I think you're going to like this concealer, and I just love it. I have been repurchasing this concealer 2 times, so I really like it. And then the other concealer that I have to recommend is the YSL All Hours Concealer. I currently don't have it in my collection, but it's one of my all-time favorite concealers. I think it's a gorgeous concealer. It is very creamy, it is non-drying, and you can use it all over your face. This is one of my all-time favorite concealers. Next, moving on to powders. So I think that most of you already know what I'm going to say. My first recommendation is going to be the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder. I have these powders and I've used these powders in Mousseline Pastel and Satin Blanc. I prefer Mousseline Pastel. It's completely matte powder, and if you have normal to combination skin, I think it's an excellent powder to try because it really keeps my skin poreless, flawless and matte, especially now in the summer season. I currently have a little bit left from the Satin Blanc powder, And in case you're interested, I actually have a full review of this powder where I compare it to the Sisley loose powder, so I'm going to have a link to this video in the description box. I don't want to make this video too long, so that's why I'm not showing the products, because these are products that I absolutely love and I've been showing them many times on my YouTube channel. Next, the other powder that I wanted to recommend is the Gucci pressed powder, which is now available in Sephora, and I love the packaging of this powder. Now, I have to be honest with you, this is not my favorite powder in terms of, you know, it's a good powder. However, it doesn't keep my face really super matte and poreless and flawless. It's not like the Givenchy powder, but I'm absolutely in love with the packaging of this powder. It is so beautiful. It is so kind of a little bit, it gives me a little bit of a vintage vibe. So I think that if you want to try this powder, now is the perfect time to do that. Now is the perfect time to try it. If you have oily skin, I don't think that you're going to be impressed with the quality of this powder, however. So keep in mind that this powder, I would recommend it more for someone who has normal to dry skin. But it's a lovely, I would recommend it mainly for the packaging, because the whole experience of using this powder is so lovely. Then moving on to the Hourglass powders. If you have dry skin, the Hourglass finishing powders are a big yes for me. There are a lot of different colors of these powders, and I'm wearing these powders in the color Diffused. And these powders create that really je ne sais quoi, that really, you don't know how, but they definitely change the complexion. So you're supposed to use them as a last powder. These are finishing powders that are going to add that really nice luminous glow. So if you have dry skin, I think you're going to appreciate these powders a lot. They are absolutely stunning. Next, we're moving on to highlighters. And for highlighters, I can't help myself. I absolutely have to recommend the Dior Nude Luminizers, the highlighters. The Dior powder highlighters are the best of the best. Unfortunately, I cannot show you a swatch right now because I recently decluttered a few highlighters that I had from Dior because they were quite old. But Dior make the best powder highlighters. Still, if you want, you can wait, because Dior are now going to release new powder highlighters, which I already posted on Instagram. I posted photo on Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because I sometimes post a lot of beauty news there. So if you want to wait for the new Dior highlighters, then go ahead and wait, because the packaging is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So the packaging of the new Dior highlighters is going to be similar to this packaging of this cushion powder. So the packaging, as you can see, is really elegant, so beautiful. Another highlighter recommendation is the Dior Backstage Liquid Highlighter. This one is absolutely gorgeous for those of you who have dry skin, and I think that it fits almost all skin tones, unless if you are very pale like me. So you can read a full review of this liquid Dior Backstage highlighter on my blog at angelavanrose.com, and I'm going to have a link to this article in the description box if you want to see like swatch, close up, the ingredients, everything. I did a detailed review of this highlighter, so if you're interested, go ahead and read. But I think that this is a really good highlighter, and it works also if you have oily skin. You can also use it. I think that this is one of the very few liquid highlighters that people with oily skin can actually use, because it's not going to make your skin oilier. It just dries and has that beautiful glow. And then the next one is the Guerlain stick highlighter. So I used to have one of the stick highlighters. I used to have the pink one, but I decluttered because it was getting old. With cream products, you have to declutter them from time to time. You shouldn't use them for too long. With stick products, with foundations, with liquid products, they are not as long lasting. They don't have the same shelf life as powder products. So I recently decluttered, but they have the best sheen, literally the best sheen. So I think that especially now for the summer, these are gorgeous if you want to try them. Then next, moving on to Dior eyeshadows. The Dior 5-color eyeshadow palettes, all of them are so beautiful, so gorgeous. And I've been showing, I think I showed the Plum Tulle recently in one of my videos. I absolutely love the formulation of these Dior eyeshadows. So if you want to try any of the Dior eyeshadow quins, I think that now is the perfect time to do so, because the quality is really good, and Dior recently improved the quality of their eyeshadows. So I really like the Dior eyeshadows. Next, moving on to Tom Ford palettes. I'm a huge fan of Tom Ford, and I'm going to have a link in the description box of a few videos that I did where I showed you swatches in natural light of different Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes. Any Tom Ford eyeshadow palette from the Wet and Dry formula is absolutely gorgeous. I love the Wet and Dry formula from Tom Ford. And I would say anything that you want to try from Tom Ford, I think that now is the time to do it. Now is the perfect time to do it, because anything that you might want to try from Tom Ford with the Wet and Dry formula is absolutely stunning. The colors are gorgeous. These are my, I think that I like Tom Ford even better than Chanel in terms of formulation. The formulation is really brilliant. It's really gorgeous. So I'm going to have links to the videos where I swatched. And also, if you check out my YouTube channel, I have a new section on my YouTube channel which is called swatches. In this section, in the section swatches, you can see swatches of different products that I have. You can see swatches in natural light. So I did this section for you just to have it as a reference, because there in this section I am swatching all of the eyeshadow palettes and all products that I have. I'm swatching them in natural light so that you can really see for yourself the consistency of the product, the formulation of the product, how the product really looks in real life. And I think this is going to be useful, especially now that we can't go to stores. So definitely go ahead and check out the swatches section of my YouTube channel if you want to see different swatches of eyeshadows. Next, I have 3 mascara recommendations, and the first one is going to be the one mascara that I purchased and I am waiting for it right now, and it's a repurchase. So this is the YSL mascara, the curler, and this is a gorgeous, gorgeous mascara which I'm waiting, and I can't wait to receive this mascara because I had this mascara last year. It is one of my favorite mascaras. It holds the curl, it separates the lashes, it gives me length and volume, it does everything. It's like one all-in-one mascara that I absolutely love. It has, I think, a little bit of fragrance in this mascara, as far as I remember from last year, but it's not irritating or anything. But it makes my lashes, wow, big, bold, lovely. And then I have another recommendation, the Roller Lash Mascara from Benefit, which I always tend to get when I want to get a free shipping. I always like to throw in my shopping cart one of these little mascaras, because usually when I shop online, I would usually need like 10, 15, 20 euro to qualify for free shipping, and I usually would get one of these Benefit mascaras. It's lovely. I'm wearing it today and I'm gonna show you how the wand is. But this mascara, it gives very defined long lashes, and you can apply a lot of coats from this mascara. This is something that I like. So you can be really subtle, you can achieve a very subtle lash look, or you can go more dramatic when you start building up the mascara. So sometimes I would build up even 3 coats of this mascara and my lashes are not going to get clumpy, but they're just going to get bigger, longer, fuller, and I absolutely love it. Then the next recommendation that I have is the Dior Pump and Volume Mascara, but not the HD one, the classic one, because this is one mascara that I keep repurchasing and that I really like. This one is if you like really those big bold lashes. It doesn't create clumping. I didn't like the HD mascara, so this was a mascara that I used, but it was like I was forcing myself to use. The wand is the same. It is supposed to be the same formulation, but still it doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't do it for my lashes. So that's why I'm recommending only the classic Dior Pump and Volume mascara. For lips, I want to recommend the Dior Stellar Gloss, because these are glosses that I've been using a lot and they often end up in my favorites video, in my monthly favorites video, because I really like these glosses. And in case you're interested, I have a full review of these glosses, so I'm going to have a link to this video again. And these glosses are lovely. So if you want to try any of these glosses, or if you want to restock on any of these glosses, I think now is an excellent opportunity. Also, I love the Dior lip gloss. They are always my favorite. So this again is a recommendation that I would take advantage and purchase a lip gloss, Dior lip gloss, if I have and when I have 20% off from our Sephora. And then next I wanted to recommend the Dior new lipsticks. So I have a video where I showed you swatches and where I showed all 4 different textures of the lipsticks. So I'm going to have a link to this video. I absolutely love the Dior lipsticks. And then I have one hair product that I want to recommend, and I'm trying to purchase this product now, but unfortunately I cannot find a European retailer where I can get it, because now we don't have deliveries anymore from Selfridges, from Harrods. So I'm trying to find this oil and I'm trying to purchase. I had like a very generous 7 ml sample from this oil, hair oil, and I absolutely love it. So I like to apply it right after I wash my hair, when my hair is still damp, and before blow drying my hair, or just after I style my hair, just a few drops, and it really brings a lot of shine to the hair. So this is an oil that I want to purchase. I may purchase it from Code Beauty, but it's always a lot of fuss. With right now after Brexit, we are having some issues, delivery issues from UK retailers. So I'm trying to purchase this hair oil and I would absolutely recommend it. It's a lovely product. So these were my makeup recommendations. I'm going to do one more video with skincare recommendations for the Sephora sale. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel for this video as well. I didn't want to take too much of your time and I didn't want to rave too much about products and do like a mini review of each of these products, because I've been showing these products so many times on my YouTube channel. You already know them and I didn't want to take too much of your time. Once again, thank you so much to everyone who chooses to use my affiliate links during the Sephora sale. It doesn't matter what kind of products you're going to use. I'm going to have a link to the sale in the description box to this video, and a huge thank you if you use this link, because it helps my channel a lot. Your help and support is truly appreciated. I never take your support for granted. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.